Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, man. Saturday, packed day of boxing. We had so much boxing on today. Great thing for boxing. I'm about to go in the store. I just want to make a quick live stream, talk about some of the fights, what I saw. It's a beautiful night out in Cali. Yo, what up, Luis? What's good? Pacquiao will knock Crawford out? I don't think so. Crawford will beat him. He called out Keith Thurman, called out Pacquiao. Canelo-GGG pre-sale, they don't have them yet because they don't even know what venue. It hasn't been announced publicly what venue Canelo versus Golovkin is going to happen. So how are they going to do a pre-sale if we don't know where it's going to be? You know what I'm saying? You got to know where the fight's at first. I'm doing good. What's up, Brian? Spill the beans on what? McGregor kills Crawford. You're trolling, clearly. I told you guys I'm siding with Canelo over Triple G, most likely, but I don't know. You guys have to wait till I do my official 7 reasons. But right now, my head is thinking Canelo. And I'm not going to give it away because then there's no point to even do the 7 reasons. Who cares if Diaz looks like a midget? Sean Porter looks like a midget next to most of his opponents. And guess what? He gets the job done. Who's calling out who? You guys didn't watch the HBO? Crawford called out Diaz. Or, I mean, after the Diaz, he called out Pacquiao and Keith Thurman. Said he's going to 147. Or he'd be willing to. Yo, what's up, Sean? Just getting this quick stream in. Lot of fights happening. I'm about to get something to eat. Tevin Farmer versus Tank. Them both of my dudes. It's a good fight. Vladimir, why would he fight Wilder? No, he'll try to get Joshua revenge. Yo, what's up, B-Rad? Who you got, Mayweather or Tank? Come on, man. That's a dumb question. How would they fight? They're not in the same weight class. Floyd's technically retired. They're friends and on the same label. Chucky, what up? Chucky like the dog. Terence Crawford beats Pacquiao to me. I felt it for a while, but I've seen all I need to see. And if people feel differently, why is Pacquiao fighting Jeff Horn? And why aren't the fans pressing for that? Fans should be pressing for fights like that instead of accepting Jeff Horns. If you think Pacquiao will dog Crawford, then why are you not pushing for the fight? Why aren't you on Pacquiao's page putting a million Terence Crawford names and TC and put Bud all over? Hey, bro, you're going to be seeing next year. I don't even know what that means, so I'm going to skip that. Pacquiao is in his prime. 7 reasons, Brooke Spence. I'm picking Errol Spence. 7 reasons. I tell you guys, they take more effort to make, you know what I mean? Because I usually go for a minute, so they just take time. But I'm picking Errol Spence. I told you guys that. Boxing definitely coming back. 2017 has been wonderful. Ward or Kovalev? I'm picking Ward again. It looked like he figured something out in the second half, and I thought Kovalev fought the fight of his life. So really, what is he going to do better? I mean, it's a chance he hits Ward with something that he doesn't recover from, but I don't really bank on that with elite level fighters, you know what I mean? Because you have to hit him with something that they just can't recover from. And it's hard to do that against elite fighters, to hit them with something that flush. Yeah, so I'm picking Ward over Kovalev. That's where my head's at. But I think it'll be a good fight. Kovalev's no slouch. Kovalev's a good fighter. But I really think that Kovalev, he gave the best account of himself. He didn't do anything like wrong other than fatigue. But he did all that and he still lost. So now that Ward has 12 rounds in with him, this will be his 4th fight at light heavyweight. That's why I would lean towards Ward. Or just some of the reasons. Yeah, no shit, you pick Ward. Okay. Yeah, David Benavidez, that's why I had to put him in the title. That combination he hit Porky with was disgusting. I mean, but that's also a credit to Porky having no defense. But the fact that he got that off, I've seen guys attempt stuff like that, but he got it off, and he hit him with all of them. Joe Smith, Barrera, I don't know on that one. That's anybody's fight, because Barrera got knocked down by Shabransky. Joe Smith is another power puncher, and it's hard, you know what I mean? Like Joe Smith Jr., he's one of those people that he's to me, Joe Smith Jr. is like Badu Jack. And shout out to my dude Badu Jack. You know what I'm saying? I know Badu Jack personally, where none of this is personal. I just give my opinion on who I think will win in these matchups, right? And the thing is, Badu Jack, he keeps proving people wrong, like George Groves, or he'll fight with whoever, Lucien Bute or whoever. So that's what Joe Smith Jr. reminds me of. You pick against him, and then he beats the person. You know what I mean? I'm like, Badu Jack, I think Anthony Durrell got him. And then he beats Durrell. Then he beats James DeGale, in my opinion. That wasn't a draw. I thought he won. So that's what Joe Smith Jr. is. You can't count him out. After those two performances, he's always in it. So that's what I think. Loma, it's getting bad for Lomachenko. Like, he's a good fighter, but I think he's gonna have to fight, like, I don't know. Most of the fights that I'm hearing, Terence Crawford is a real bad fight for him. Crawford is too big. You see Crawford rehydrated at 157. That wouldn't be good for Lomachenko. He's too small. And I don't think his power doesn't look that crazy to me at 130. So if he moved up to 140, that's 10 more pounds. Where's his power gonna be? You know what I mean? I think Mikey Garcia, that's the fight I really like, and that's a difficult fight. But Mikey Garcia is a technical guy, but he's not as fast as Crawford. So I would like to see the end. Plus, he's closer naturally. He's campaigning at 135. Crawford is at 140. So, Lomachenko versus Tank. You know what? I gotta see it, but Lomachenko would be the favorite for sure, just because he's so decorated and he's kind of in the zone right now. Tank's 22. Tank's my dude. The thing is, I want to see it after a couple fights. You know what I mean? So it's the best possible fight that it could become, because if you look at the style that beat Lomachenko, Orlando Salido, pressure. Tank has pressure, but it's more educated pressure than Orlando Salido. So honestly, if anyone could beat him at 130, I would say it's Tank. But I think he just should work on just becoming seasoned and, you know what I mean, just getting that championship pedigree, fights under his belt. Yeah, Steve Willis is a beast. I like him. He be doing all them faces when people get hit and all that. So I just want to do a quick video. We had so much boxing. What y'all think of the Andre Durrell, him getting hit illegally? What'd you think of that illegal hit? Hey, that was crazy as hell when Durrell's uncle or whoever that was basically sucker punched the Uzkata guy or whatever his name is. That uncle shit was crazy. Uncle Buck went ham. I was like, damn. Hey, no, guys. He wasn't unconscious. What are you talking about? Do you watch boxing? Y'all be leaving crazy shit. I'm about to get something to eat. I'm about to go in the store and then get something to eat. I was doing all my boxing stuff. What reminds you of Juan Manuel Marquez? Frampton, Santa Cruz 3. I don't really want to see that. I'd rather see Abner Mares versus Santa Cruz 2 than see that part 3 right away. I mean, if they want to fight later, but the second fight wasn't as good as I was at that fight, and it wasn't as like non-stop as the first fight. So I'd rather see them fight other people. Like Gary Russell Jr., he looked great. You know what I'm saying? Gary Russell looked real good to me. He was in there with the game guy, his mandatory, Oscar Escandón. So the trainer knocked out Marquez. I don't even know. I don't remember that. What you guys are talking about? He wasn't unconscious. I did watch the replay. He got hit with a shot, and then the second shot was what sat him down. So how was he unconscious? Why didn't he fall from the first shot if he was unconscious? Nah, I didn't feel like sunglasses. I'm hungry. Oscar Valdez, Gary Russell, very good fight. You know what? Any of them featherweights, that's one of the divisions that's popping right now. Oscar Valdez, you got Joseph Jojo Diaz. He pitched pretty much a shutout on the Canelo card. Gary Russell, Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Mares. I mean, clearly none of these dudes want to fight Guillermo Rigondeaux, so I guess we have to just move past that as fans. But those are all other good fights if no one wants to fight him. Carl Frampton, you can mix any of these guys up. Ego, when there's 3 people fight, I can't even read that, in 1 month, do you usually pay for all the fights? I don't know. When has there ever been 3 fights? I don't even know what you're talking about. When has there been three people fighting in the same month? I get HBO and Showtime. Shout out to the DMV, man. Kell Brook has a better chance to beat Thurman than Spence. I definitely don't agree with that. Spence, his bread and butter is his body shots, and that seems to give Keith Thurman a whole lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. So why would Kell Brook have so much of a better chance? I mean, he has a chance, especially if he beats Spence, but yeah, Rigondeaux is at 122, but I mean, he can possibly go up to 126. Yeah, I'm gonna keep hustling. Zurdo versus Canelo. I think he said they would never fight, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. They sparred before, but different weight classes. Probably won't happen. Ray Beltran, he got smoked, man. He knocked him out bad. That Marciello dude or whatever. That was bad. I was at Beltran's last fight. It was on the Terence Crawford undercard, and he had another knockout like that of a prospect. I forgot his name. It starts with an M, I think, but the Beltran knockout was bad on that one too. And then this dude gotta get put on a stretcher after the fight. So just nasty stuff. Ray Beltran really make. You know what? Ray Beltran, with that win, he became the IBF mandatory for Robert Easter. And with that type of power, I wouldn't mind seeing Robert Easter versus Ray Beltran. That'd be a good fight. You know what I mean? Because Terence Crawford beat him pretty easily, but Crawford doesn't fight like Easter. Easter is more like kind of an inside fighter and stuff, and he's not. He likes to have a shootout more than Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, I was at the Beltran fight. He was more responsible, but you seen I think like the Shafikov fight is going to be kind of a war. Man, if Spence beats Errol Spence, then if Spence beats Kell Brook, I want to see that Keith Thurman fight, even though he's injured right now. Oscar Valdez, I don't know. I like Oscar Valdez. He's always looks like he's training hard. He went to the Olympics twice. Favorite Puerto Rican fighter? I'm not sure. I have a lot. You know what I mean? Felix Tito Trinidad is one of them that's up there. I'm not going to get some sleep. I don't choose Mexican boxers versus American because it depends on the person. It depends what Mexican and what American. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo, then I'll pick Floyd. But if it's Canelo versus James Kirkland, then I'm going to pick the Mexican fighter. So I don't pick based on where you're from because it just depends. Wilkety Split, what up? Loma too small for Crawford. I don't know why he wants it. He's the one saying it. So, I mean, honestly, I was very impressed that Terence Crawford was able to shut out Felix Diaz. Like, it didn't even look like he was toying with him. Just toying with him, making it look easy. That's crazy, man. That's an Olympic gold medalist, and he made it look easy. Like, I don't really think I didn't really give Diaz any rounds. Tank versus Easter, I think that's more of that social media beef. I don't think they'll fight next. Yeah, I know enough about Julius Ndongo. Watch his fight with Troy Novsky. He knocked him out bad. And then he beat Ricky Burns, pretty one-sided. I don't upload the coach Buck or whatever cheap shot because it's not my footage, and like YouTube has strict policies. But if you guys don't, if you don't have a channel, you don't know all the rules and stuff. But you'll get copyright strikes when you upload Showtime footage or HBO, or you stand a chance to if they catch it. And my channel, I've made a channel and become successful off of content that's mine. You know what I mean? I don't need to upload Showtime's content. You know what I mean? For extra views. So that's why I don't, because you can get in trouble and you get a flag on your account. I am Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jr. Who did better, Diaz or Chavez Jr.? Diaz. Chavez didn't really do anything, so I'm not gonna pick. I mean, he didn't even. Diaz was throwing punches. He was just outclassed. There's a difference. Like, nobody would complain if Chavez Jr. looked like he was trying to make the fight, even though Canelo's better technically. He didn't look like he was trying. You know what I'm saying? He was like hesitant, gun shy. You can't let Canelo just tee off on you. That's just dumb. But Crawford has one more fighter to really fight at 140, because I don't think Broner can make 140 anymore. So if it's not going to be Broner, there's no other money fights. Fight Julius Ndongo, right? Fight him and become undisputed. Then you can think about moving up. That's what I think. If Spence beats Kell Brook, to me, he's the baddest welterweight. Like, not named Floyd. Shout out to Seattle. I see you, man. Errol Spence is not number one right now because he ain't beat no one to become number one. But if he beats Kell Brook, I think he's the best welterweight of the new crop of fighters, like under 30. I would really probably pick him to beat most of the other guys if he beats Kell Brook. Is it worth buying the Mayweather-Conor McGregor fight if it happens? That's a personal choice. I don't know what everybody, some people have to work harder for their money, but to $70 might not be that big of a deal. So it really depends on the person. Is what's $70 to you? I think the fight will have a good build up, you know what I mean? And I don't know, just to see if there's any surprises. But it just depends on the person, how much you want to see and support it. I think it'll do good either way, so it doesn't really need a bunch of plug. I said it's my personal opinion. So you could say Howe and Thurman just beat two champions. That's my personal opinion, that I think Errol Spence. Some of you guys are too sensitive. Like, this is my personal opinion on who would be the best. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think if Errol Spence beats Kell Brook, then he is the top welterweight. I think he would beat Keith Thurman. That's my opinion. I think stylistically that a fight with Kell Brook is harder than Keith Thurman for Errol Spence. That's my personal opinion, right? Styles make fights. Thurman is injured. Yeah, I'll probably make a video. I was at the beach yesterday, so I'll try to make a video. Man, these questions are coming fast. Yeah, I want Matisse versus Danny Garcia. Yeah, it's an okay rematch. I mean, I'll watch it, but I don't have to see it. It's not the end of the world or anything for me. But Crawford versus Garcia, he already beat him in the amateurs, so I would say he has more momentum. Danny Garcia's coming off a loss. I would favor him. I didn't live in London. I lived in England. It was about an hour away. I was in Suffolk, and that was about an hour away from London. My dad was in the military. Crawford versus Jeff Horn. Y'all already know the answer. Danny Khan rematch. That's a good rematch. I mean, both of them need a fight. I want to see that in a new weight division at welterweight, even if they're not. I don't think Khan's rated anymore within the WBC, but still a good fight. Y'all calling Troy King. Who's talking about Tank Davis and Crawford? That doesn't even make sense. Yeah, Wilder. I gotta talk about Wilder. He there's some news with him too. I like David Benavidez, but James DeGale, he's a gold medalist. That's a good fight. Yeah, I plan on covering more UFC. Everything's just a matter of timing. So, shout out to everybody for the donations. I'm about to get something to eat, and again, I'm trying to get more people to help me because this is getting big. And it's getting big to the point where it's like it's harder to just cover everything that you want to. There's so much, especially a year like this. 2017 has been phenomenal. So it's like there's just so much happening. It's hard to cover everything. Boxing is dead, but you're on a boxing channel. That's what's up. 100K subs coming soon. You already know. Badou Jack versus Joe Smith. I don't know. We got to see what Joe Smith does with Sullivan Barrera. That's not an easy fight to me. So, I mean, he has to get past that. Otherwise, there's no real reason for Badou Jack. He says he's moving up to light heavyweight, and Floyd said he's getting a title. So if Joe Smith Jr. loses, then that don't even make sense. Rematch for Felix Diaz, you wish. Pacquiao versus Triple G. I'm not even gonna answer that. Yeah, actually, people putting boxing is dead. MMA ain't really been delivering no crazy fight cards like that. I like the Stipe Miocic. That was a good card, but Conor, his girlfriend had a baby, so he's been MIA. Boxing's been killing. We got Canelo, Golovkin, Joshua versus Klitschko. We had a ton of fights, man. Amir Khan versus Terence Crawford. I don't know about that. I don't think that'll be a good one for Khan. I mean, we had to see how Khan came back from the worst knockout of his career. He's been stopped before, but that Canelo knockout was brutal because it was a bigger man. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know how he's going to bounce back. Long layoff and stuff. He's had several long layoffs in the last couple of years. That's not good. Joshua's getting known more and more, but I mean, I don't think he's the biggest name ever. But anyway, I'm about to get something to eat. I'll holler at y'all. I just wanted to catch in. There's a lot to talk about. I'll do another one later. Peace.